We're now talking to former Royals, Red Sox, Padres, and Cubs first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Eric, what's up, buddy?
How we doing, guys? Good to see you. Java, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Man, just hanging like a booger, just living the dream.
Oh, man, I love it. Hey, this guy Java, I will say first and foremost, one of the coolest teammates I've ever had. Obviously, Java getting called up, being in New York early on in his career. I got to get him when he was a veteran. Man, it was so cool to hang out with Java on and off the field. So when you texted me to come on here, man, I was excited. I'm excited to be here.
Well, no, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. How's dad life, dog?
Dude, I was just looking at my shirt. I had drool. My daughter was napping on me. I had drool all over it. It's new, man. We're man-to-man coverage now, so we're getting used to it.
Yeah, no doubt. Mine's in college, so I'm just living the dream.
Wild.
I know. Think about him just running in the clubhouse, and now his ass is running on a college campus.
Crazy, man. It just flies by, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah, he texted me today. He's like, "Dad, I need molds," and I'm like, "All right, I'm on it." It's
always something. Don't lie. You're running on a college campus because you know what you're looking for. Stop it.
I mean, he is 6'4" and shredded, so.
Daddy's got a brand new bag when he goes on that college.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh man, he's gonna be living a good life in college, dude. Especially if he's looking to go to a big
one. My neck
one.
hurt when we moved him in. My shit was up top. I don't know what was going on.
Job is in his room with binoculars outside.
Can't wait to go visit.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Definitely. Jabba's not going to just live to visit his son. He's going to go check out the scenery. I think I would too. So, that's Jabba. I'm getting to know Jabba a little bit, and I know he's not going to be blinded to see what's in front of him. And if he is, we have to bring Speedy. Speedy, what do you think? What do you think you're going to see out there in the open with Nebraska people? What are you going to see? Hot women's butts, legs.
According to what Jabba, yeah, probably. I know Jabba's up with the milking, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that. So.
Well, if you like milk, what would you like to milk?
I'm not milking anything.
No, you have to milk somebody. Who would
I don't drink a lot of milk. No, I'll leave that to Jabba.
Oh,
so wait, is Speedy taking the trip down to College Town to visit with you, Jabba, or what we got? We're gonna bring Speedy out for a night.
Yeah, we have to. I think we got a lot planned. We're gonna open his eyes to a lot of different things. He's gonna milk his.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open, Jabba. It'll be hard.
I'm happy for you, Speedy. Enjoy it, buddy.
You can't close them. You gotta enjoy it. You gotta embrace it.
You got to touch him. You got to touch him.
I'm going to touch my eyes? Okay.
Well, you can touch stuff in front of your eyes, right?
I could.
Yeah, we're gonna let you touch other things too, Speedy.
Oh, thank you. You're really honored, Jabba.
And
you guys might have to vlog this. You're going to have to vlog this, Jabba. Get some cameras to follow you guys. We're going to have to watch this.
100%.
You got to grab, you got to spank, you got to do all those things.
Oh God!
But guess what? I'm not standing in front of you. You're not spanking me. You're
Oh no, I don't want to spank you.
Well, if you want to, you could do that.
I don't want to spank you.
You don't want to get me around. Anyways, Eric. I mean, obviously, you're retired and you're enjoying the retired life. Like Jabba was telling the fans that you're a father. What is it like? Stepping away from baseball and just like spending time with the family.
It's great, man, but at the same time, it's tough and it's different because baseball, your schedule, your day-to-day, I mean, it's mapped out to the minute for you. And retirement, there's really no schedule. You don't know kind of what your day-to-day is. You're trying to find stuff to do, trying to stay busy, trying to be productive. And I just find myself in the way a lot of the time. So I'm still adjusting to that retirement life right now, especially at the house.
So the 2014 Royals, the playoff run, the first one, there was a wild card team beating the Angels the way they did the Orioles. What was that kind of run like? They were thought of more of a surprise team. Obviously, the Tigers, who Jabba was playing for, I believe at the time, were the division winners. But then, and you guys rated as a wild card and went all the way to the World Series. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a magical couple weeks, man. Because honestly, we were fighting at the end to get a playoff spot, and just to get to the playoffs was a big deal for Kansas City. It had been since '85, and the Detroit Tigers, man, they were the big bad bullies of the Central. I mean, we tried everything from shots before the game to playing different music downstairs, and we could not beat these guys. I mean, you guys had our number. So we get off that wild card game against the A's. It was a crazy back and forth game. We win that. We go play the Angels, and as we're playing the Angels, we're still kind of blacked out from the wild card excitement. All of a sudden, Baltimore is beating you guys. And it's like we have a real chance of this because there's no way in hell we're getting through Detroit. But now that Baltimore's taking care of them, we feel like we got a shot. So that kind of gave us momentum seeing you guys go down to Baltimore as well. I hate to bring it up, but I mean, we couldn't get through you guys. There was nothing we can do to beat you guys.
I pitched like donkey ass that series too.
Oh,
It was.
man.
I think I had like 100 ERA or something. It was bad.
Man, that's the thing about the playoffs. You go the whole year, 162 games, and these guys ball out, and you take a handful of games, and all of a sudden, especially, back in the New York days, like going through that market, that is just so magnified and glorified, which I get, but that's the different pressures of going through New York, which I don't know about. You knew fully about.
And I think we saw it a little bit, obviously, in this playoffs too, which how you can have a great regular season and then it just gets magnified so much when it comes to the playoffs and just because of what it is. And it definitely obviously gets magnified 10 times, as you continually go and get to that point of either, getting to the World Series, winning or losing. So it's just, it's crazy how, you can look at, two guys that are going to win the MVP this year in both the AL and NL that didn't have great postseasons. I mean, they obviously helped in different ways, but you had other guys step up that become that. And I think what was so great about you guys is you had, first of all, you all came up together. And I think that's a huge part of it. But also, too, I think what it was there was always somebody to step up. Like you didn't rely on one person. Because, I mean, at that point, as you guys were coming, like, there wasn't like a true superstar. You guys were all stars. And everybody just, coming into that clubhouse was one of the easiest things I've ever done. I mean, it obviously helps when your platinum gold glove left fielder is a kid you grew up with.
That's right. Go Big Red.
Played with him. And did everything. See, there's our Nebraska one. I told you we get one every segment. There it is. I didn't even have to do it this time, assholes.
All right.
Hey, you guys are legends out that way, man. The Midwest, Nebraska, Kansas City, Missouri, those places, they love their sports teams. And you guys were definitely getting the Go Big Red chants everywhere we went, dude.
Oh, it was fantastic. And
hell yeah, dude.
It was so fun. And like even the next year, like when Ned came over and gave me my ring and we were playing opening weekend when I was with Cleveland. And still we went out after the game. All of us went out together. And of course the boys were stealing the dip out of my back pocket, not even asking. I was like, man, some things.
Oh yeah.
Such a fun group. I mean,
it was easy to come up together. You're right. Cause it didn't have like the one prospect it wasn't all on the pressure for him to save, the organization. It was kind of on us as a group to come up. And then, like you said, man, we had so much fun off the field, the plane rides, getting into hotel rooms, going to someone's room to play cards, late night, whatever it was. Man, those were the best times. I'll never forget too. One time we flew into Detroit and Jabba was having people over his room to play some cards, hang out, ordering room service, some beers or whatnot. And Johnny Gomes was next to me in my room. So he knocks on my door before we're about to head out. And we head out and he just grabs this big ass like plant from the lobby and just carries it with him in the elevator. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? And he goes, listen, kid, you never show up to a party empty-handed. And then he knocked on Jabba's door, handed him the plate. We just went in there and started hanging out. It was so good.
That was Nebraska. That was the Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska, I've never been to Nebraska, but if I've ever been there, I mean, it's farmlands and everything. So if I'm walking into something, I'm a Walmart or something like that, you're definitely going to grab whatever is sitting there. And it's probably flowers, right? Over there in Nebraska, it's probably like plants and crap. That's what they're, because over here in New York, the first thing that you walk into, it's like in summertime, it's like what do they call them? Blow pops or whatever the hell they have. All the stuff that you like to blow, right, Speedy? You like to pop things?
Pops are like bubblegum pops. Like, I don't want those.
There's college right there, huh? Yeah.
Either way, we are talking to former Royals, Red Sox, Padres, and Cubs first baseman Eric Hosmer. Eric, in 2017, you had your best season. You played in 162 games. You were fantastic. I mean, you had 25 home runs, 94 RBIs. You were actually in the MVP running. I mean, I think you were 14th. I'm looking at it right now, 14th.
Hell yeah, baby.
You had a really good season. At the end of the season, there were conversations that the Yankees were interested in you. I remember it. And I know you grew up a big Yankee fan, and you would have loved to play over there in Yankee Stadium. Who wouldn't want to wear pinstripes? Everybody wants to wear pinstripes. And it just fell through. I don't know what happened. Do you remember that? And when you were a free agent, where did you really want to go?
I mean, I tell you what, man, there was definitely a dream of mine to play with the Yankees at some point in time. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I think 90% of the league would say it's a dream to play for the Pinstripes in the Bronx in New York. But honestly, it never came down to really a tough decision. I think that was really the first year the Yankees had a core group of younger guys. You know, Greg Bird was a big first base prospect for them. And they decided they were going to let those guys kind of try and do what we did in Kansas City, come up as a group and change the narrative there. But that's what's weird, man. You look at the Yankees now, and I definitely don't want to put Jabba in a weird spot, but it's almost like the Dodgers are doing what the Yankees used to do, because it's been a while now. And the Yankees, especially after not winning after a year, that would make them even more motivated to go out and get more free agents, get more players. And you just really haven't seen that from the Yankees in a while, man. So I'm kind of hoping this year changes that narrative, because they went to the World Series, came up short. Everything that happened with Cole, they're going to have more money in their pocket. So I'm kind of hoping to see them get back to their old ways and go out there and get every dog on the free agent market.
So where you did going, ended up with a Fernando Tatis, a big personality, one of the biggest ones in baseball. Was he like that when you were there in 2018 and 2019? And what is he like off the field?
Fernando's a beast, man. I love everything about Fernando. And honestly, man, he was the one guy that I was like 9-10 years into my career, and I'd never seen superstar treatment, really, especially, not being in a big market, nothing like that. Fernando was the first guy. I'll never forget, we were in Arizona, and he went to walk out from the dugout to the on-deck circle, and there was just a rush of fans, kids, everybody that went down to the net to get his picture. And, I mean, we had to start up in the security at the hotel because people were there for him. And he was getting hit up on Instagram by all these big-time celebrities, showing him love and respect. So he really was that first, next-level superstar I got to witness, and it was cool to see it begin. And he's a beast, man. He's a savage.
Who would okay, let me ask you this question, because everybody always asks me too. We all have, our favorites or whatever, but, who was one that surprised you that you played with that you wouldn't expect to be either funny or I'm probably ain't gonna kick it with this dude.
Yeah.
Mine's Musina. Never thought we would have anything. First of all, he does his crosswords and pin. I can't even do a damn crossword.
That's ballsy.
Tractors. And I was just a young kid growing up, and I loved baseball, and I just bugged him, and I bugged him. And he got moved to the pen in 2008 for the playoffs. And he came up and he gave me a hug. And he was like, "Thanks for making this fun," because it was a rough year for him. And so that was one that stands out to me. Is there one that stands out to you where you're like, I didn't think we'd either kick it or he would be somebody I'd want to hang out with?
Yeah, so there's kind of two to this. So one, Johnny Gomes, he was a guy that I thought when he was coming over, I thought this dude was just a funny ass dude, hilarious, coming over to create a good time, whatever. I didn't realize how locked in he was day to day. I mean, this guy on the computer, he's finding tips, telling people, hey, come look at this. When this dude looks this way or he's looking this way, he's going to pick off or go home. You can steal this base. That I didn't realize. But to answer your question, dude, Rich Hill, when I got traded over to Boston, this dude is fucking hilarious, man. And he is so good in the clubhouse. He's so good with the younger dudes. He can snap at, when he's pitching, he snaps and he's locked in and wants to compete and wants to win. But, dude, that guy, I did not think and know how funny and how much I would like him. But that is one that sticks to my mind, Rich Hill, Big Dick Mountain over there in Boston. He's the man, dude. He's awesome. He's incredible. He really is.
Big Dick Mountain. I've never heard that before. Speedy, have you ever heard about the mountain? You've heard about mountains?
I have heard that.
Speedy knows about that one
before.
You know about what mountain? What mountain do you know looks like a big penis?
I don't know.
I mean, pick a mountain.
I don't have a
pick a mountain. Pick a freak, whatever. Give me a mountain.
The one where you're gonna ingest so much water you can't speak.
Speedy.
You were an idiot, man. We are talking to former Royals, Red Sox, Padres, and Cubs first baseman Eric Hosmer. You know, Eric, there's a lot of good first basemen in a league, but at the time that you were a dominant force at that position, who stood out to you at your position more than anybody else? And who in the league right now do you believe is the best all-around first baseman in all of baseball?
Yeah, so the guy that I would always look up to was Mark Teixeira. I mean, he was the first baseman for the Yankees. He got the big contract. He was represented by Scott Boras, so that was kind of the goal. You know, he prided himself on being a good defender too. I always wanted to kind of be that. Joey Votto also was a guy that really changed the game. Man, he was the next level. He took hitting as far as not swinging at bad pitches, all that stuff. Today, in my opinion, Freddie Freeman has just walked away and ran away with being the best at that position now. I mean, what he continues to do, how much better he continues to get. I thought it was him and Goldschmidt there neck and neck for a while, but I think Freddie has really, really separated himself, especially after this postseason. I mean, that grand slam in the first game was iconic. That'll be a statue in front of LA Dodger Stadium one day.